Doing my part 2 video of the Mill Creek Spur on March 30th, 2021. There's some brush back there still even didn't get past. I mainly decided to do this because 2 weeks ago none of these trees and bushes are blooming out. Now a lot of them are. If I wait another week or two, everything really looked nice because it'd be fully bloomed. I just noticed the calm before the storm. The ground was completely saturated from Saturday and Sunday's rain, and today's Tuesday, because yesterday I don't think it rained much at all. I think it's rained some early that morning. I first got up, there's a few showers in the area, and it's only in the 30s, then it got to like 50 something. But I could tell the ground's completely saturated by walking around, and when I was in Bluefield and Princeton, I noticed all the creeks and streams were kind of high. Dumb Luke was still a little high early this morning, come think of it. Mill Creek looks like it's, well, actually Mill Creek I think is okay. I just know we got a lot of rain coming to get over an inch of rain and then snow over top of that. So I may have to do snow removal one final time. I forgot to point out some of that 1929 well back there. 1929. Over there's 1929 too. Okay. There's some back there too. All this well's 1929, so. And then my house in Mount Hope and my little trip to Bluefield down that way, I didn't get any good trains. Richmond's not a bad area to well fan. I haven't been down there lately. I made a comment about the coal camp of Royal, and somebody misunderstood and thought I meant Richmond. Although Bluefield and Princeton area is nice. The day I go down there, they're working on the tracks. When I was down at that one area. And then it wasn't anything yesterday at Bluefield. No trains came. They weren't working on the tracks there, but they were working on the tracks in the camper. And I was down at Princeton a couple of days ago. I think it's funny to go down to Princeton working on the tracks, go down to Bluefield, no trains go by the whole time I'm there. Go to Princeton, crossing the bridge over the rail yard there as the last car of a super long train is passing under. Only to get there to find out no more trains are scheduled for a while. Here lately I was just not having luck rail finding, so we've not done many train videos. Even here at Mount Hope, the Mount Hope train came, it wasn't barely even 8 o'clock, I came to Mount Hope, I was still in bed. I've been sleeping a little bit late with my new job. I've been getting home late, so I'm kind of getting on a different sleep schedule, but I got to get myself getting used to getting up early again, because I love getting up early in the mornings. About another week or two, I'm definitely going to make myself get up early again so I can get out early in those beautiful mornings. But while it's in the high 20s, low 30s at night, I don't think I could care too much to get up and be out at sunrise walking when it's that cold. Unless it snows and I have to get out in couple more weeks, though, I think it'll be warm at night too, because I just know the first couple of days in April is supposed to be miserably cold, and the teens at night and the 30s during the day, then it's supposed to warm back up. More 1929 will. I'm not looking forward to Thursday night. It's going to get down to 18, and I think Wednesday and Thursday is going to be in the 30s. Well, Thursday and Friday, I mean. Tomorrow is Wednesday, because I'm filming this video on Tuesday the 30th. That's a good view. When I do the video, I need to snap a few more photos here for the Abandoned Relatives of America Facebook page. I'm not going to go very far up here though. I decided we do the part 2 video. I thought we do both these videos because everything's blooming out now. I may try to make a final trip here once everything blooms out, if I can even get here. But I may not even be able to get here, that's the problem. The bus may be too thick. Ah, Mickey Mouse. Somebody hung Mickey Mouse. That's been there a while. I was here when I was here over a month ago, but I don't think I was here about a year. I can't remember if I was here a year ago or not, because when the whole coronavirus started, I spent a lot of time on this abandoned rail line, clearing brush and just coming down here, because I couldn't go out to the movies, couldn't go anywhere and do anything. When I went mowing grass at people doing odd jobs, doing what I could to survive, I was down here. I couldn't get unemployment because the place I worked at had it set up where I couldn't get employment, so I walked there because the company would give me a handwritten check when I worked at Giuseppe's. Every week they give me a handwritten check from the restaurant for the amount of hours I worked. which caused me to have to pay taxes on that instead of getting taxes back. So I couldn't prove that I worked there because the whole way the system was set up. So therefore I could not get unemployment. Where I'm working at now, hopefully nothing crazy happens, but if I'm working there and get enough hours, enough quarterlies in, I could claim unemployment if everything shuts down again. I'm hoping and praying that the coronavirus thing don't shut the economy down again and set everything down again. I really don't want that. I don't think anybody wants that right now. Everything's going back to normal. People's getting the shots, trying to get mine. I'm getting in line to. I got distracted and forgot to get a hold of Walgreens to set it up. I seriously do need to do that though. I don't want to feel like going all the way back up there again. In the video here in a minute. Yeah. I think I'll go down to the creek bank here. Farther up I get to take the bus gets. I probably have like maybe just over a football field's length before I come out in the private property. There's supposed to be a walking trail someday. Well, with everything going on, I don't know. I've been talking about trying to do a walking trail since 2013. It's when they were supposed to take over the line from CSX. Well, CSX had not declared abandonment on a lot of this line. The whole stretch of track, well, this stretch through here I think was considered abandoned, but the rail yard and a small portion of this spur back coming off the rail yard was not considered abandoned by CSX. They had it out of surface, and then they filed for abandonment and made it officially abandoned. And then the company's supposed to, well, the trails, the minor trail company's supposed to turn into a walking trail. I'm beginning to give up hope on that because I've been talking about it since 2013, it's 2021, so pretty much give up on that happening. I love how the creek looks here. It's like steps, water steps, goes that way for a good ways. I mean, it's beautiful through here. This would be a great walking trail. It really would. There's a abandoned rail line if it ever happens. I'll try to walk a little bit farther up before I end the video. It's just this stretch is hard to walk because of how farther up the thicker the brush gets. So anyways, I'm doing the videos now before everything blooms out, because once everything's in full bloom, I don't think I'll be fighting my way up here. Surprised I can get up here now. I got other places here I'm going to try to film real quick, because there's a few other areas I'm kind of curious about that I'm wanting to film if I can get to them. There's that stretch. I just know I'm trying to figure out how many videos I can do, how many videos I can't do. My life's been a little bit chaotic lately. Not, well, the whole struggle on financially because of the whole coronavirus has affected everybody, but I just had a lot going on. So beautiful through here. There's where I'm going to stop. I think a couple hundred feet past, well, actually a football field's length past that weird meadow I come on somebody's private property. The rail line actually dead ends past it goes across the railroad crossing, past this trail is this private property. Across the railroad crossing, the dead ends, just abruptly ends. It used to keep going, but CSX pulled a lot of it up from that point on. When the Boy Scouts of America was just the Scouts camp, they bought a good 10 miles of railroad right-of-ways, a good 10 miles of right-of-way. They tried to convince people it don't exist. They won't admit it was there, but I know it's there. I remember it being there. You could go over from the town of Mill Creek was really the coal camp of Lee, which somehow became the town of Mill Creek. From that point on, there's at least 10 more miles of track that's been removed completely. There's a couple sawmills up through here. Originally, this line was built in 1900. I'm going to point that out because you got the 1929 rail, but the line was built in 1900 for the milk, mainly for logs. They had a lot of milling. There's so much forest here, so much thick forest. It was originally built to haul logs and lumber. And at some point along the way, I think in the 1920s, the coal company started opening up mines here in the 1920s. So the 1929 rail is anyway, I think, still a line was built in 1900, 29 years earlier, before that rail was rolled. So I guess in 1929 they must have came through here and replaced the rail. Probably because increasing train traffic with the mines. I don't know how far this line went originally. I know it went, when I was growing up, it went down 10 miles past here, and they were still running trains up to what I thought was the very end of the line, but I think the line originally went even farther than that. Honestly, I don't know how far this line went eventually when it was first built. But I do know that the spot where it ended when I was growing up in the 90s, up at Garden Ground, where they had the mine operation and they were still hauling logs out, was not the original, was not the official end of the line, but it was the end of the line when I was growing up. Now the end of the line is like less than a mile from here, along that dirt road in the coal camp of Lee, which I think was originally built as a logging camp. I need to get there and film that old dam and some other stuff I know. There's remains of the Mill Creek Dam. Looks almost like there might have been a second pair of tracks here at one time. I don't know if there were or wouldn't. I kind of wonder if there was. I don't ever remember a second pair. I always remember just this one pair. But it's still possible. It's wide enough, but no, you don't see evidence. Those railroad ties are probably because in the early 90s, CSX came through here, replaced all these railroad ties through here. I remember my grandma, they had the track angle, replaced a lot of railroad ties. They also bought the ballast train, redone the rail ballast most of the way up through here. Replaced so many ties. Of course, I think they only used the line like 2 more years after doing all that repair work. Even rebuilding the train trestle down here. They only used the line a couple more years after that. I think they used the line like another 2 or 3 years after that, then abandoned it. So I think the coal mine shut down, and then not long after the coal mine shut down, the sawmill logging company decided to start hauling everything by truck instead of by rail. This is where I'm going to end because I'm just backtracking. Poor Mickey.